What's going on YouTube? CDA Green here, back with another video, and today we have Gen Z hates their own bodies by my nigga Birdo. Shout out Birdo, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, speaking along the lines of that, I feel like Gen Z, yeah, especially we do got a lot of body dysmorphia going on, especially women. It's always been that way. I feel like women in magazines, you know what I'm saying? You see the beauty models, the people that walk on the runway and stuff like that, they're always skinny. So girls who are not as skinny, who are even just a healthy weight, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they're fat, which is just not true. In the opposite sense, when it comes to dudes, you know what I'm saying, if you're not built like Sam Sulik and Arnold Schwarzenegger and all them niggas, bro, you feel like a shrimp, you know what I'm saying, like real scrawny. I feel that way too sometimes, but I ain't gonna lie, I be the biggest nigga in the gym. Niggas be glazing me for no reason. And I'm like, dang, gang, appreciate the glaze, but back up. You feel me? I don't see all that shit you talking about. I still see myself as just a regular build. You feel me? Because I just started recently getting like big as shit. Niggas started glazing me like every day. No did it. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, I still had muscle tone to me. And I was cool. I was happy with my weight. But yeah, bro. I also got a big ass head though. So I gotta get buff as shit to counteract that. But that's besides the point. I feel like we all got things that we don't like about our bodies. So, you know what I'm saying? You can never be perfect. You just gotta learn to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna get straight to the video. Make sure to like the vid, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. Let's get straight to it.
Something that I've been noticing over the last couple of years, it's getting completely out of hand. It's almost as if everybody has a real problem with their self-image. It seems as if for whatever reason, people have genuinely forgot how to love themselves. And I think a lot of it has to do with the insecurities that are just being pumped through social media. With girls being over-sexualized at an all-time high, and with fitness influencers like...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This nigga is on steroids, bro. He's bad. He trying to show you that you could be natural with this build. You can't, bro. You can't. Just lift weights, eat right, do what you can, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, health is wealth, bro. You don't gotta be looking like the Incredible Hulk to get some hoes, my boy. Because I feel like that's what we all do it for. Let's keep it a buck. We're not doing it for ourselves, bro. At first, you might start enjoying it for yourself, but at first, it's for the hoes, my nigga. Like, come on, let's keep it a buck. But yeah, I was gonna say something about women. What was I gonna say?
With girls being over-sexualized at an all-time
high. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm guilty of over-sexualizing. I'm a very, you know what I'm saying, freaked out bull. I'm gonna just say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I have been from a young age, but it's gotten to the point where if a girl don't got the type of meat on her bones that I need, bro, I just don't even want to be with her. Like, she might still be pretty, but I just don't want to be with her. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when niggas, you feel me, start doing unfaithful activities. If your jaw not built the way you want, you might go try to find that somewhere else. So for the sake of that, I'll hold off on a joint even if she pretty to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I'm guilty of that. So I might be contributing to the horrible body image that women have, and I'm sorry for that.
Influencers like Liver King.
But at the end of the day, niggas roasted the shit out of me for, you know what I'm saying, my yam, everything, bro. Like, you feel me? The yam on my the yam on my face, my nose, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we all gotta learn to live with shit. Like, I wasn't worried about the way I looked until niggas roasted me for that shit. I'm like, damn, bro, like, fuck. Niggas start being self-conscious as shit. Nowadays, I can't leave the house without looking at myself in the mirror one more time. And even when I go outside, I need to go to the mirror real quick. I don't even got to use the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom to make sure I look straight. It's bad, bro. So I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm no stranger to this. Best believe.
Goddamn Greek god eating raw meat, lying to his loyal followers, leading them to believe that's how he naturally obtained his physique.
Like we
Society
said,
has never been in a place more than now to be led astray, to feel insecure about the person they look at every day in the mirror. And I got to admit, even myself, as somebody that considers himself to be a pretty fit guy, when you're scrolling around on your phone, genuinely looking at people that inspire you, it's hard not to compare yourself. So today I want to talk a little bit about what's going on, how I feel about it, and where I think everybody can just honestly improve. And first things first, I definitely want to talk to my ladies. I think since the beginning of time, women have been battling the beauty standards and trying to keep up with what's in and what's not. If you go back to what was popular like in the 70s, things have completely changed on what is considered quote unquote conventionally attractive. Like compared to now, I feel like a lot of guys are attractive to girls that, you know, have a little bit more meat on them. Like obviously that doesn't go for everybody, but I think in general a lot of people like, you know, cheeks. I mean, if people did it, these weak ass means of the y'all know what I'm talking about. But back then it was very popular where women wanted to be as skinny as possible. And I'm not 100%
yeah,
sure
like this. Look at this girl, bro.
Wanted to be as skinny as possible.
This is crazy. This is crazy. If this is your natural body, hey, shout out to you, but it don't look healthy, bro. I'm sorry. It's like borderline anorexic.
and I'm not
You know what I'm
100%
saying? You
sure
shouldn't strive for
when,
that.
it slowly started to trend in the opposite direction. All the way to when girls like Kim Kardashian started popping out, where it started feeling like the bigger the better. I mean, we had girls literally walking around looking like motherfucking ants. Like, girls was walking around looking so ridiculous, the shit was starting to look actually disgusting. And fast forward to now, it looks like the trend of being skinny is coming back in, where we're seeing a lot of females get on this Ozempic thing just to lose weight. So between BBLs, plastic surgery, Ozempic,
that bill
are being
is crazy.
promoted to the mainstream, that if you don't do this, you're not quote unquote pretty. And I'll be the first to tell you, in my personal opinion, I don't like any of it. At the end of the day, it's your body, your choice, and I 100% agree with that. But to think having thicker lips has gotten so popular to the point where women are literally willing to walk around with permanent duck faces.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I'll ever resort to modifying my facial features, bro. The things that I have genetically, I don't think I'll ever want to modify them. I think about it, obviously we all do, but I don't think I'll ever follow through with it, bro, because that shit is scary as hell. And it's what you was born with, is who you are. So I feel like if you do that, you kind of cheating. You're not learning to love yourself. You might love this new modified version of yourself, but you're not loving the true you, which I feel like is a lot more fulfilling, because that's where true confidence comes from, accepting who you is.
That shit don't even look good.
But if that's your choice, you know what I'm saying? Do you? No shade.
For on people that are altering their body.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody needs to take a step back and actually start appreciating what they were blessed with. And the thing that scares me the most is a lot of these procedures that allow you to alter your body. I've seen people being able to do it as young as 16. And I can only imagine how terrible it could be when you make a life-changing decision to alter your body in any way, shape, or form at such a young age.
Yeah, bro.
Going to grow up, actually live a little bit more life, and obtain a little bit more knowledge, because that's just what comes with growing up. To never be able to truly revert back to how you were born naturally. And I think women have to deal with this in the worst of ways, because again, social media and society have only promoted the more beautiful you are, the better you are.
No cap.
You
could blow on social media just from being bad, bro. Even better if you know what I'm saying, curvy too. But if you a regular looking joint or even chopped, bro, you gotta have a skill. It's like niggas. You gotta be like the men. You gotta actually provide value and bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, except niggas that be pretty. But even then, niggas still gotta do something besides look good. But most of the time, women could just pop off looking good, which is no shade. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? If I was a girl and I look good, I'd do the same shit. I wouldn't make OnlyFans per se, but I'd at least capitalize on my looks to get some bread. Who wouldn't?
You guys, that reinforcement.
That's using what you born with. That's dumb not to.
A lot of people are chasing these beauty standards to impress people on the internet that don't even know them in real life. I've seen girls Photoshop their pictures so much to the point that they are unrecognizable to the person that they are when they actually look in the mirror. This type of lifestyle will literally have you falling in love with a version of yourself that doesn't even really exist. Imagine every time you close your eyes and think of yourself, you see somebody that isn't you. And then when you look in the mirror, you're confused on why you don't look the way you imagine yourself in your head. That's just a different level of mind games that I don't think anybody deserves. And it's sad to see that that is a reality for a lot of people. And for my fellas out there who I know suffer from the same thing as the women, where things start to get really scary for guys, are men that get caught in the fitness influencer trap. I know this isn't everybody, but a lot of these fitness influencers, they get on the internet promoting healthy habits, showing them workout, and ultimately showing you their gain results of them having chiseled abs, nice chest, you know, all.
But I'm gonna predict what he's already saying, bro. Half the time when they take them vids, they have a pump, they have good lighting. It's one of them two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, it's one of them two. Or the angle is very deceiving and they try to like play that game where they look bigger in a certain angle. But if you just going in the bathroom, you just looking at yourself in regular lighting, bro, you're not gonna look, you know what I'm saying, nearly as good as these niggas. Like bro, it's literally their business to look good and show their body in the best light possible. You think they're not trying to, you know what I'm saying, use the best possible things to produce that result? So you can't compare yourself to their best when you talking about your average or your worst, bro. You can't do it. It's bad.
But here's the thing. Most of them aren't being transparent about how they achieve it.
And they have them on steroids too. Like we said, bro. Yeah, that's bad.
Falling into that trap where I'm looking at these guys like, damn, how can I look like that? Because I'm in the gym every day. And now I'm comparing myself and I'm pushing myself. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm nowhere near that.
Yo, bro. I will say, bro, side tangent. Let's give it up for Dragon Ball Z real quick, man. Bro, I just be watching that shit sometimes just because it's such a goated show, bro. It makes you feel so good about yourself and you want to just change the way you're doing things. You try to achieve better, you know what I'm saying? Strive for more like my nigga Goku and Vegeta always do. But looking at the way they're built, bro, it just makes you want to get in the gym and get big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one YouTuber, Goku Flex. That's his whole inspiration. That nigga old as shit. I ain't gonna lie. 35 years old, still doing this Dragon Ball shit. Shout out to you, my nigga. It just goes to show you the inspiration and the what's it called, influence that Dragon Ball can have on people. It's such a good series. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You know what I'm saying? For real. Appreciate you.
And if you don't take the time to realize
That show made a lot of
what
people's
you're trying
childhoods,
to
man.
achieve isn't achievable naturally, it could really fuck your head up. And don't even get me started on the female fitness influencers that go get BBLs and talk about how they got their ass naturally.
Yep, showing you a whole workout routine, like how I got my body. Like, shorty, you went to the doctor. That's how you got your body. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? You came up off that bread real quick. The doctor said, good looks, and then you started deceiving people. Like, come on, let's be for real.
Platforms like TikTok that literally some of the biggest influencers are girls that just lip sync to videos and get millions of views just because they're pretty. Not because they're talented, not because they did a cool trick, not because they're very creative, just because they can sing along to a fucking rap song.
And look good.
Bad, though,
but shout out to them. Shoot.
Like, what the fuck? I get it. This is the world we're living in, so there's a lot of pressure to try and keep up. But the realest thing I could ever tell you is you have to love yourself for who you are. Growing up, my mom was kind of strict about certain things, and something that she never let me.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna drop some real crazy statement on y'all, bro. Right? Because I feel like I'm an attractive dude, you know what I'm saying? Don't answer me in the comments. Don't ruin my self-esteem, please, y'all. If it's any women watching, it's gonna be niggas hating, you know what I'm saying? But please, you know what I'm saying? Or unless you find me attractive, you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments for real. But yeah, bro, I be feeling attractive half of the time. Sometimes I don't. I feel like our faces, at least me, I feel like my face changes sometimes. Half the time I look good, half the time not. But yeah, that's not a thing at all. You know what I'm saying? It's probably just lighting or some other factors contributing to the different the different way that you look. You know what I'm saying? But I be feeling like, bro, when I'm not looking at myself in the mirror, even though I have to most of the day to remind myself that I look attractive, when I'm not looking at myself in the mirror, I feel attractive. Just the way I carry myself, my attributes, my voice, my body, you know what I'm saying? My skin, I'm trying to get my skin clearer and shit. The character I have as a person, I feel like an attractive, valuable person. But it's them times when I look ugly as shit. It starts combating that, right? I'm like, oh, nah, I ain't shit, bro. I'm a bitch. I'm ugly as fuck. I don't deserve love or no shit like that, right? But I'll go back from that mirror and I'll start feeling like the man again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird because I guess subconsciously I know who I am, even if in the moment certain things tell me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I just feel like you just gotta know it. You just gotta know who you are, bro. You can't worry about things like your attractiveness level. Because what if you wasn't attractive, bro? You know what I'm saying? Would you just be depressed and hate yourself if you didn't look the way you wanted to look? You know what I'm saying? You just gotta learn to love yourself for certain things. You gotta be delusional, bro. You gotta find certain things about you that you enjoy. Take pride in them things because you can't have everything. So you gotta use what you got. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro.
Do was get my ears pierced. And I remember wanting to get it done so bad because all the guys in school had their ears pierced, especially the ones that I was comparing myself to because they got all the girls. And I was like, what can I do to try and keep up with them? So I remember always going back home to my mom being like, yo, can I get my ears pierced? And she was like, no. Her biggest reason was because she would say I'm too young. I just didn't get it at the time. I always felt like it was just some weak ass excuse and it genuinely made me upset. So I was never able to get my ears pierced and I always felt like that was something that was holding me back from being a little bit more attractive to women back then. So fast forward, I'm about 18 now, respectively a grown man, and I remember I asked my mom if I can get my ears pierced. She finally gave me the green light saying, hey, you're a grown man now, you can make your own decision.
That's
hard.
hard.
I understand that now that you're an adult, every decision you make is going to be your responsibility. So I'm kind of like, whatever, I'm just getting my ears pierced. Yeah,
it's not that big.
So boom, I go and get my ears pierced, and just like you imagine, while I definitely felt like it gave me some extra cool points of looking,
it didn't work. It didn't work no magic, my nigga. It didn't work no magic. Because at the end of the day, it's what's inside that matters, bro. You could look any certain type of way, but if you don't feel, if you're not the nigga that you look like, if you still feel like a lame nigga, a bitch, an unconfident nigga, it's not gonna work.
Got your ears pierced.
It's not gonna work, bro.
Chasing me down the hallways or anything, it wasn't that big of a deal. But it wasn't long until I was about to inherit one of my biggest insecurities of all time. So I didn't know what was going on at first, but about a year later, my right ear was hurting. Was hurting to the point where I couldn't even sleep properly. And even though I was dealing with this for a while, I would always tell myself it's probably just my ears still healing. But after a year that went by, my left ear didn't have no pain, but my right still did. So after kind of investigating, I noticed there was like this small bump that was starting to develop behind my ear. I had
Uh,
no idea what it was. But at
ew, bro.
19, young and dumb, I still kind of was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore that shit. It is what it is. Man, in about 3 months, that bump on my ear had grown to an enormous size to the point where there was this huge mass that was just
Yuck,
hanging
bro.
from my ear, which I now
Yuck.
know what is referred to as a keloid. So pretty
Hmm.
much what a keloid
I've
is,
never heard of
it's a
that.
scar that just doesn't stop healing itself. I don't know why it happens. Some people deal with it. Like if you Google keloids, you could see some pretty nasty cases.
Yuck.
And while compared to some of the worst cases out there, mine was nothing. You gotta understand, I'm a 19-year-old kid. I've never dealt with this type of abnormal thing before. So
Yep.
I was starting to become insecure as fuck. Literally imagine going your whole life feeling somewhat normal as a guy to where now you have this huge mass that won't stop growing every year. When I tell you the insecurity I
I've seen
was
it.
feeling, bro, was on a different level. I'm talking about I started to learn how to talk to people kind of just with my head tilted because I was so ashamed. I didn't want nobody to notice it. Like I'm FaceTiming girls and they only seeing half of my face type shit. So I remember speaking to my mom about it, and sure enough, she was like, look, I'm sorry you're going through that, but you're a grown man who made a grown man decision, and now you may have to deal with that for the rest of your life. She
That's
made
crazy.
it known that she was not about to help me figure this shit out. So I did some research.
Yo, that's kind of crazy. Yo, come on, mom. You please help me out. Cause piercing your ears, you acting like the nigga that started doing hard drugs at 18. He just pierced his ears. He was trying to look cool. You feel me? That's it. So that's still your son. Like, come on. I understand though. You trying to teach him a lesson, but come on.
Ended up reaching out to a doctor, saved up some money, and I had to pay for a procedure to get it removed. Mind you, because technically there was nothing wrong with me. This is not considered a life or death thing. It was considered cosmetic in the same way a girl goes and gets her nose job done. So insurance didn't cover it. I had to pay for that shit out of pocket.
Oh,
Saved
dang.
up like $4,000, which at the time
That was everything.
astronomical amount of money for me. And
No
you want
cap.
to know what the saddest part about all of that? I went and got the procedure done, and 3 months later, that shit grew back.
Yo, that's
Bigger,
crazy.
more uglier. I was just like, yo, this might be my life. I dealt with an even bigger keloid for like another year. And after doing more research, that seemed to be the case. It's pretty much this condition where your body's just going to keep healing and it doesn't know when to stop. So it really was a 50-50 chance. If you get it removed again, it could always just come back. So after another 2 years of dealing with this thing, I think I went from 19 all the way to 21 with it. I finally saved up enough money to get a second procedure. And thankfully, after that second procedure, it has not come back,
Oh,
as
alright.
you can see, but I have not.
Put the earring back in.
piercing
Yeah.
my right ear. And I say all of that.
I was ready to say, I peeped he was rocking the one earring,
Learned
but I
a
wondered if it was a
valuable
reason
lesson.
behind it.
And shout out to my mom for, kind of teaching me this lesson, even though it was kind of a harsh truth, where sometimes we make decisions thinking that it's going to like enhance our looks or enhance who we are as a person when we were already beautiful the way we were. Here I was the whole time thinking that getting my ears pierced was going to make me this more attractive person and make people like me more. When the reality is, I mean, yeah, maybe did it look a little cute or cool? Maybe. But that was never the reason why anyone liked me more or less. If anything, all it did was make me more insecure after I developed a keloid, which is an extreme scenario. I'm not trying to promote that people shouldn't go get their ears pierced now. But what I am trying to say is, I feel like so many of us need to take a step back and really start appreciating the person that's in the mirror. One of the best sayings that I've ever heard, and it's a simple one, so I'm sure you've heard it too, is don't focus on what you can't control. And I think if people started living with that a little bit more, they would really start to love and appreciate themselves on a deeper level. Like I've said this in videos before, but an insult that people always used to say to me,
Sid from Ice Age,
that used to make me feel insecure as fuck is, oh, you look like Sid from Ice Age.
That's
like,
a crazy
maybe
insult.
I get mixed reviews on that. I know my eyes are a little bit further apart from each other. I was born that way. What can I do about it? At least to my knowledge, we haven't gotten eye reconstruction surgery yet, so this is what it is. This is what I
That
got.
would be
But instead of
crazy. How can you even, are you just like pulling your sockets closer? Like, my nigga, that's not normal. You should not do none of that. Because I feel like then you got to mess with your bone structure too. But then again, I guess people do that with most other cosmetic surgery. So
I learned to
whatever.
appreciate the parts
I'm
of
not
myself
doing
that
it.
I do love. And then when we're talking about things like being overweight or underweight, and those are things we actually have influence over. And just by changing a few habits, we can actually enhance those things.
Yep.
We have control over it. At the end of the day, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what your insecurities are. Because I do understand, I ended up getting that keloid, and it made me feel so insecure and powerless that I felt ugly every time I looked in the mirror. And I'm sure to some degree, people that are altering their body in unnatural ways, that's kind of what they're feeling and dealing with. So the psychology behind that shit could really fuck your head up, and I get that. But I also think on the same side of that coin, we see where people take these procedures so far to the point where they're unrecognizable. Constantly looking for the easy change, the easy tweak, and they just keep on going to the point they don't even know who they are anymore. What I'm talking about is definitely on an extreme scale, and I think there's some nuance here. I'm not saying motherfuckers can't go get their nose job or BBL. Like, at the end of the day, I don't really care. Do what you want to do with your body. But understand something. Every time you make a decision like that, there's a chance you're going to personally alter your shit into something you might not be able to come back from. When in reality, you was already perfect the way you are. So if you want to lose some weight, get in the gym. Eat healthier. And if you want to gain some, vice versa. The choice is always yours. But before you make such a life-altering decision, ask yourself, are you doing this for you? Or are you worried about what other people think?
Where you at, Birdo?
That's hard. WVid, man. For real. Shout out my boy Berto once again. This vid's popped up twice in a row. We're gonna watch it next. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, bro, that's for real though. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what you can control. If you can't control it, escape it from your mind. Now that's easier said than done, obviously. I still struggle with it too, but it's one thing that you can know the truth but still not feel it, but you still know what you need to do, right? So yeah. That's good. Very good self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? On my part, the things that I can control, you know what I'm saying? I have controlled my body. Gotten in the gym, you know what I'm saying? My skin is still kind of bad, but I think I'm getting my skincare routine right. My skin clearing up, you know what I'm saying? Things I can't control, you know what I'm saying? My nose, like I said, niggas be saying I have a yam. My eye bags, you probably can't see it on the vid, but they be looking crazy in person. But I think it's very much genetic because I've been trying to get good sleep. Even when I'm getting good sleep, they're still there. Can't control them, so just gotta let it go. And like I said, I still feel attractive, so I just gotta move that way. You know what I'm saying? Be delusional. You know what I'm saying? It's only delusion until you prove it to be true. You feel me? So it ain't nothing wrong with a little healthy delusion. It's gonna help you love yourself, and that's the most important thing about it. You feel me? So yeah, if you enjoyed that message, you know what I'm saying, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you guys have something you want to share along them lines, I'd appreciate it. I'd definitely enjoy reading it and responding to you. But yeah, like the video, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me get up out of here. I love y'all. See y'all in the next vid. Peace.